comes to username, student name, end code is not there. Starting code has been given, end code is not. That is the issue. Now let us move to subject. Today we will be looking into a software called Postman. Looking into a software called Postman, and we'll be looking into how to send data using URL encoded, and we will try to use FormData. We'll try to use FormData. These are the things we are going to use it. First of all, let us open the project which we have created yesterday. Let me start this. Now, how much time is it taking for you to create all the setup, database, middleware, client, connection? How much time it is taking? At least insert or retrieving. 10 minutes. No, what I want you to create the database. I want you to create the middleware. I want you to create the client. Client to middleware, middleware to database. Data sending or retrieving. That how much time it is taking to set up everything. Half an hour. If it is half an hour, that is a decent time because they need to fill up. They will require create the form and store it in database. The setup itself should not take much time. On setup, you can start doing that. Itself should not take much time. Half an hour is decent. Because the packages installation will take itself around 10 minutes. Now let us open the one we have created yesterday. This is what we have. Now let me run this application. Server is running, middleware is running. Let's say CD. Client is also running. Apache is already running. We have started running the middleware and the client. So now, first of all, we have created a API endpoint from server side point of view, and we are creating the UI and we are sending the data to the server. Now, instead of creating UI, you wanted to test the endpoints, API endpoints. There is a software called Postman, which you can install it from the click on this Postman. The purpose of this Postman software is if the services details API endpoint details like the URL, get or post, those details from this software you can send the request, and that software can receive the response, receive the just to testing it will be not a problem. Because the creation of UI takes lot of time. Creation of UI and sending it to the server takes lot of time. You can test it using this. If imagine you are working on Java React.js client side. Someone of your teammate is working on Node.js or the server side. They have created some services. They will give it to you the details. What is the URL? What is the port number and all those things they have given it to you. Now you wanted to test it, then you wanted to implement it into your. In that case, this Postman will be helpful to test the services. Got my point? Instead of testing from our React.js application, you can test it to this Postman. This is free software which you can download it and install it. Now, how do you test it? Once it is installed, now you can open something like this. Like browser has tabs, right? Likewise, you can create tab here. Now one new tab by default created. Now you wanted to test get service or post service. You can try here. Now I wanted to try get service, for example. I can choose get here, and I can give the URL of what I want. Now imagine we don't have, I think, any get services in our present application. We have sign up is there, we have post service is there, but we don't have any get service. Now I wanted to create one called get user. So I'll say dot get slash users list, users list, comma, first response. And what I'll do, I'll create a simple SQL query, let SQL query equal to let start from. Usually you'll get password also. Select start from, which is not recommended to send the password. But anyway, I'm just doing it. And I'll say connection dot query. In SQL query and then error if there is any, then results. Then I'm creating a callback function. Then what I'll do, if there is any error, it's a response dot JSON error object I'm checking. Well, response dot JSON I'm pending results. Now I have created the get API endpoint, which I wanted to try it using Postman. Now what I'll do, I'll come to Postman. What is the URL HTTP? I am giving get here HTTP colon double slash localhost colon what is the port 417 all one. Say localhost 1111 slash users. If I click on this, I should be able to get the are able to see it. This is for testing purposes. Normally, if I wanted to test it, I have to create a React.js application, I have to create a button, I have to create on click, I have to create function. There I have to create async await, fetch, JSON to JavaScript object, then it fits. All those things I wanted to do. Why? Just to check whether it is working or not. But using this Postman is very simple to check. Without writing any code, you can check it. Now this is get service. We are trying it now. I wanted to try post service. I am clicking on this plus button, which is creating a new tab. Now I wanted to try post. I wanted to try post. Now the URL is http colon double slash localhost colon 1111 slash sign up. That is the URL of that API endpoint. Now I wanted to send it to the server. Some data, first name, last name, age, email, mobile number of that I wanted to send it. How do I send it? Now I'll click on this body. Are you able to see it? I am clicking on this body. And in which format I wanted to send, whether I wanted to send it form data or URL encoded or raw. Raw means usually JSON. Now I'm selecting this raw. This raw, and here are able to see text. Here I'm selecting JSON. Selecting JSON. Now I can send the JSON what I wanted to send. Bar brackets open and close. Bar bracket open and close. I'll say name is the key. Okay. ABC is the value. Are able to see it? Name is the key and ABC is the value. Then age, because in JSON everything must be inside quotes, the keys. Age I'll say around 20. Then comma, email, ABC, email.com because that is string that I'm keeping. Then mobile number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then mobile number, what else we have? Password, ABC. Then a file pick. Anyway, we are not working on that as of now. Now this is the JSON which I wanted to send it. Now I will say send. Normally we are sending from React.js, but I can send it from Postman also, which saves our time whether it is working or not. Now see, after writing all the code, that service is not working. That service also developed by our developer only. If it is not working, it's waste of. So we can test that services. Click on send. If everything is working fine, we should get the response. Now see, we are getting the response saying user created successfully. Working or not, this I am sending through raw, which is JSON. Now if I wanted to send through URL encoded, I'll click this URL encoded. Then I can send the values. I'll say name. Okay, for example, Sachin. Then age around 50. Then email Sachin at gmail.com. Then password Sachin. Then mobile number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I am sending through URL encoded. Our middleware application supports URL encoded also because we have used that middleware, express dot URL encoded. Now if I say send, now see what happens. You should get a user created successfully. Let's see, our middleware is now see, it won't work because our middleware is not using URL encoded. That's why it won't work. That's why it's not working. Let's say cancel. Now what I will do, I will uncomment this That means the client is sending in URL encoded format. This is reading it. Now it should work. It says send. We should get the response. See, user created success. Now, if I come to the database and see, I should see 2 extra now. Already 16 are there. Are able to see? Already 16 are there. I'm clicking refresh. I should see 2 extra. 18. I scroll down. Now I can see ABC is also coming. Sachin is also understanding. And the beauty of this postman, which I don't want you to use, but I want you to show, right? The beauty of this postman is now I am sending it. Are you able to see a small icon here? I'm clicking on this. They have created whatever I am sending, the URL, the body, that everything. Based on that, they have created them. Got a point? But don't blindly copy paste that code. They have written some trackers related to them, which you should not use. Got a point? Why I am showing this? In some emergency cases, if it is helpful, come here and see. And what they are doing, if you see here, what they are doing, headers dot append content type application slash x hyphen www form URL. What we are telling that we are setting URL encoded, and you have to create URL search params class instance, then append all the values and assign to body. This we will try now. This we will try. Now what I wanted to do yesterday, we were sending through JSON. Now we will send through URL encode, right? And I am showing you this. One of the reasons is that content type also you will get it. What exactly you want, you can copy paste. Now I am coming to our application. Sign up. Already we have create a sign up button. On click of the sign up button, we are sending through JSON. Now I wanted to create one more sign up button. I wanted to send through URL search params. You can understand the difference, right? Now what I'll do, I am creating one more button. Sign up. In the brackets, I am saying JSON. That means JSON file we are sending. Now I wanted to create one more button. And this is also sign up, but we want URL encoded. URL encoded means what? Everything will be converted into query strings and passes through URL. That is the reason we cannot send the files, because it passes through URLs. Only values you can send. Okay. Now URL encoded. Now I wanted to create one more function that create sign up using URL encoded. I am creating a separate function. See? Now what I will do here, I will say let request options equal to, I am specifying method post. Method post. In post, how do I want it to send? Through JSON or through URL encoded or FormData? JSON we have already done. Through URL encoded, I want it to do. So what I did, I say let my header equal to new URL search params. Sorry, I'm wrong. My header is equal to new headers. We have to tell what kind of content we are sending. Let's say my headers dot append and I have to specify content type and comma. I have to specify x hyphen URL encoded hyphen www. Like that, I have to type it. Now I can come to Google. I'll say I'll just type content type content type. The first type content hyphen type, it is automatically showing content type application slash x hyphen www. Or this is what actually I want, which I can get it. Content type. I'm just copying this. Content type. Capital or small, doesn't matter. Content type, let it be. This I wanted to. This application slash x hyphen www hyphen form hyphen URL encoded. You can get it from Google by typing content hyphen type, or you can come here. You can copy from here. Anything, whichever is comfortable to you. Okay. Now we have created these headers, and we have to tell here headers, my headers. Any name you can. I have just given it as my headers. That means in request options we are specifying that this is post request, and in that too we are sending URL encode. Then now we wanted to send the data. What data we wanted to send? Now what I will do, I'll say let the data to send equal to, I'll say new URL search params. There is a class called URL search params. Whatever the values you add to this will be converted into query strings. So now I'll say data to send dot effect. Now name is the key. What should be the value? Name input ref dot current dot. We are adding it to URL search parameters. Name, age, email, password, mobile. Name, age, email, password, mobile. I have added all my values to URL search parameters, which is a data to send, and I'm giving this to what? At the end, you have to send to the body what you wanted to send. Now, our request options, which is very important, is ready. Our request options maintains important information like which method we are sending, which type of data we are sending, content type we are sending, that information, and what data. Everything is maintained. Now what I will do, let's say let JSON data is equal to await h the URL http localhost 1111 sign up, then comma request options. Then what I will do, I'll say let JSO data is equal to JSON data dot JSON. We are converting it. Then I'll say console log JSO. 85% is the same thing. In header, the values has changed. Instead of object converting into JSON, we are creating URL search params, sending that. Now I will call this get sign up using URL encoded. I will call this on click of the button. Call this. everything works fine, it should work. In our server side, we have already created the middleware to receive the data if server is sending, if the client is sending in URL. Normally, people use FormData. Why normally people use FormData? It works for all. It works for normal file data and files. Why view that? Why view this? So normally people use FormData, but we are learning. In interviews, if someone asks you what is post, what are the ways, you should be able to tell it. That's what we are doing. Now, let us see. I'll come here. Expected an assignment function called line number 102. I think we have given it working fine. Now, what I will do, I'll say Dhoni, page around 40, email Dhoni at gmail.com, password is Dhoni, mobile number 101010. I am clicking on the sign up using your user created success. Now, if I come here, if I say refresh, already 18 are there. Refresh, 19 it is showing, and Dhoni is also. Understood two ways of sending the data. Two ways of sending the data. But if you observe here, I am not picking any profile pic and I am not sending any values. The reason is why your JSON or URL-encoded cannot send files. JSON is nothing but a text file. In text file you cannot send. This is nothing but URL search params. Everything is adding in the URL actually. We cannot send files through that. And the only thing left is the form data. Form data converts everything into binary and set. That's why we use form data. We use form data to set files. Now we have tried two ways. Now I wanted to try the third way. Right? The third way and most important way. As we discussed, form data is like a third eye of a Shiva. It is more powerful. That we wanted to try. Now I wanted to create one more button. I want to create one more button. The actual thing started now. Sign up using. Okay. I'm creating a function. Sign up using create a using using okay. Now I'll say let request options equal to say method. Now when it comes to headers, you don't need to give any headers when it comes to form data because that is the default. If you don't give anything, it takes form data as the default. Why form data is the default? Because that is a powerful. That's why they have made that as the default. So no need of headers here. Now we need body to send it. Now what I will do, say let data to sender new form data. New form data. Again data to sender dot append. Again name will be the key, and here I wanted to give the value name input rep dot current dot. Like that we have to give for remaining things also, which we have already given here. Now I just copy this. Just copy paste. But earlier that is for URL search params. Now this is for form data. Now we have added everything into form data object, and here request option I say body data to set. Once I create it, now what I will do here is say let JSON data is equal to await h URL http localhost colon 1111 slash sign up. Then I am giving request option. Then what I will do is select the JSO data is equal to await JSON data dot JSON. Then I will say console of the JSO data. Don't expect it to work because if you are sending the data to the server through JSON, we have to use a express middleware called express.json. If you are sending the data to middleware through URL encoded, express.url-encoded middleware should be there in server. Now we are sending the data through form data. There a middleware should be named called Multer should be there. Multer should be there, but I don't think we have installed Multer. Multer is not installed. Multer is not installed. Even if I send, it will not come. Even if I send, we are sending it perfectly. Here we don't have Multer to receive from form. Okay. Now let us try sending it still. Now what I will do, I am sending it and I am calling this create sign up using form data on click of this button. On click. Okay. Then let us see what we will do. Now if I click on sign up, now see what happens. On sign up. Are we getting any message that account has been created? We are not getting because we are sending it. But see here, everywhere it is undefined. Inserted user's name, age, email, password, mobile number, values are undefined. Why it is undefined? Because the values are not assigned to request.body. Why it is not assigned to request.body? Because we are not using the middleware called Multer. If I use Multer, then our server, our middleware application can read the data sent by the client through form data and assign it to request.body. Because Multer is not installed, I wanted to install it. So now Multer has the ability to deal with files also. That means from client we can send the file, we can store it into database. That also possible, that we will deal with. Now let us see how to use Multer. I am coming to Express.js website. So I am going to resources, middleware, I am clicking. Here we have used COS, we have used Morgan, now we are going to use Multer. There are so many others. I am going to use Multer, see, handle multi-part form data. So now I am clicking on this Multer. First of all, they are asking to install Multer. So we will be installing Multer, and how do we use it? Once we install the Multer, then you can download, you can import it. Once you import it, Multer has the ability to take files also. Multer has the ability to, if the client is sending the file, Multer has the ability to receive files and handle it. So we can tell where that file should be stored. Now imagine if the student is the user is uploading his profile pic. We wanted to store it. We have to tell where to be stored, right? That we have to specify the upload is equal to multer, and you have to specify the destination. Where do you want it to store? It will be stored into that. Got a point? But we still don't use that. The reason is, now imagine I have given a task. I have given a task to you. The task name is sign up form is the task name. Now you have created that task and you have submitted it. Every one of you submitted sign up form.zip, sign up form.zip, sign up form.zip. Like that you have submitted it. Now it stores into uploads folder, for example. Now already one person has submitted sign up form.zip, which is stored into the folder. If another person is submitting the same file name, what happens? Replaces. Now if 10 people submits the same file name, only one will be there, the latest one. The remaining 9 will be replaced. Got a point? So is that right? That is wrong. So what we wanted to do, whenever user uploads any files, I don't want it to blindly store it into a folder. I wanted to give my own name to it. I wanted to give my own unique name to it. So if someone uploads with the same name, it will not replace. Got a point? We wanted to store in the same folder, but I wanted to change the file name and save it into the server. So if someone uploads the same file name, it will not replace. Understanding? So I should here you don't have that control to change the file name before saving. If you just use like that. Now I want to use in such a way that the user is uploading the file. I should have more control to change the file name also. Here we have the control where to save. Now I wanted to control where to save, at the same time file name also. So mistakenly multiple people upload the same thing, not replace. That level of control I want. Got a point? For that reason, we have to tell to multer how to create a file name and how to assign it also. You can do that also if you scroll down. We have something called disk storage. Are you able to see? Disk storage. The disk storage engine gives you what? Full control on storing files to disk. This is what we want. This full control. If you just use uploads or whatever the folder name, we don't get full control. But I want full control. Why I want full control? Because people may upload the same file name. Understanding? That's what I will use. I use like this. Now let us see first. Now what I will do? First of all, our middleware server middleware is unable to receive any form data because we are not using multer. Now I wanted to use multer, so I have to install multer. To install multer, I have to say npm install multer. So multer is installing. Multer is a middleware which helps us collecting the values sent by the client to FormData. Now we have installed it perfectly. Now what I will do, where we have installed the post. What I will do, once it is installed, I want it to import. Once multer equal to require. Now we have imported. Now it can read the form data also. But once the user is uploading the files, I want it to deal with them. So for that, what I do, I'll go to the documentation. I will go through the documentation. I'll come to this disk storage. The disk storage engine gives you full control on storing files to disk. Now I don't need to think too much about it. What we have to do? Copy, and I will paste it. I can paste it anywhere. I can paste it. I'll just paste it. I'm just pasting it. Now I just wanted to tell you what exactly we have copy pasted. First thing, whatever we have once we installed, that we have imported into Multer. Then here what we are doing, Multer dot disk storage, and here the destination. Here the destination where you want it to store. Where you want it to store. Now what I will do, I will give a file name, a folder name called uploads. Here I want it to store. Any folder name you can give, uploads, profile pics. Any name you can give. I have given the name as uploads. Then here we are controlling the file name. Here we are controlling the file name. Now here, what exactly they are doing? Here they are generating the file name. They are generating the file name. Now what I will do, I will simply write the I will simply say file dot file dot file name. That's the name of the file we are getting, and I'll say plus underscore. I'm adding the strings, and I'll say date dot now. What? Date dot now. What exactly it does? From 1970 January 1st onwards, how many milliseconds are there? That many milliseconds will be getting it. I'm adding some number to it. Now I don't need this outside. So basically, what I'm doing, whatever the file user is sending, for the same file name, I'm adding few extra numbers at the last. I'm adding few extra numbers at the last. Now this is the storage. Now this storage I have given it to storage in Multer. Multer storage, I have given this storage. And I have given this to upload. So the advantage of this is whenever user uploads something, here we are telling where to store. First of all, we don't have uploads folder in our Node.js. First of all, we don't have uploads folder in our Node.js. Now I'll create a folder because I have to store, right? I've created uploads folder, and what should be the file name? Whatever the file name the user is sending, that file name. For that we are adding underscore date dot now. Milliseconds will be getting that number we are adding. That we are doing it. Okay. So now we have installed Multer. We have configured Multer. Where to store? What should be the file name? That we have given it to Multer. Now this is stored in upload. Are you able to see it? Now client can send the files. We can receive it. Now here sign up is there. Now here I have to use the upload is Multer one dot none. None means what? This API endpoint is not going to receive any files. This API endpoint is not going to receive any files. That's what we are telling now. First of all, we'll try with that. Now, I should be able to, now we are using Multer. Whatever user is sending from client through FormData, we should be able to read it now. Now let us try. I'll say npm stop Now see, I am uploading through form data and say sign up. So it's working or not working? It's not. Are able to see here now. Insert into users name, age, email, password, mobile number, values. Dhoni. Able to. First one we are able to collect the values. I think something is wrong. We are sending Dhoni 40. Why everywhere it is showing Dhoni. I think the copy paste mistake I have done. Uh, Everywhere it is name input dot ref only is there. Everywhere it is from Dhoni value and we are sending. So then age input ref, email input ref, password input ref, mobile number. Now I'm sending through form data. Am I able to receive it here or not? Yes or no? Now see here. Now I'll say sign up using form data. User created successfully. Now you can see here. Now we are able to receive request.body Dhoni 40 Dhoni. How I am able to receive from form data? Because I am using Multer. I am using Multer. How I have used Multer? First of all, we have installed Multer. First of all, we have installed Multer. Then for that Multer, we have configured where the file should be stored and what should be the file name. Then for that we have given name called storage. Then that storage we have given as storage to Multer and it gives upload object. Then this upload object we are using in our API endpoint upload.none. Upload.none means this API endpoint is sending the data in form data, but not sending any files. Not sending any files. But we wanted to send files. Now, if you wanted to send files from there you have to send. Here you have to tell in which property, in which key you are sending. Now we will focus on this part now. Here choose pick. Now I am clicking on choose file. I am clicking on choose file. I am selecting this file. Now if I click on sign up, I wanted to send this file also. Now already for our middleware we have told clearly where to store and with what file. We have told clear. Right now what I will do, I have to send it. So now what I will do here in sign up form, we are assigning name, age, email, password, mobile number to data to send. But profile pic we are not sending. Now I have to send that also. For that, have we created any user ref? Profile pic input ref we have created it. Now what I will do here, I will say data to send dot append. Now what I wanted to send profile pic, I wanted to send. I don't want it to send the value. I want it to send the file selected by the user. So profile pic input ref dot current dot, you have to give something called file. Dot, file. files which we will be getting an array of 0. That means we are selecting in only one file, so 0 is taken. So basically what we are doing in profile pic input, we are profile pic at current dot files, selected files of 0. We are sending that file. Now all these things we are just sending strings or numbers, but here we are sending the selected file. Here we are sending, what is the key we are sending? Profile pic. Now here we have to tell, here user is going to send the file, right? I have to say upload dot single, what? Single, and we have to specify the key of the file, which is profile pic. Understanding? There we have assigned the file to profile pic. Here we are telling they are sending only one file, that too assigned to profile. That we assigned to profile pic. Now, once the file comes, it automatically stores it into uploads folder if everything works fine. Uploads folder if everything works fine. Right now, uploads folder doesn't have anything. Now let us try. Now I have already selected the file also. I'll say sign up. Something is wrong. I think something is wrong. Now let us see the file has received here or not. Okay, now see connect successfully. No such file or directory. Uploads undefined. See, file is not coming properly. I think something is wrong. While we have to send the profile picture files of 0. Let me print it. What exactly we are getting it console log. From client side, I am trying profile pic input ref dot current dot files. You should get array of files actually. Whether that file is there or not, I want to check it. So I am coming here and say sign up using FormData. Are able to see files list length 1. Are able to see file is there. Are able to see it. Then how come it is not going? Files list. I'll print files of 0. What I'll do. We got the file. Yes or no? File name we are getting, last modified size, everything we are getting. I think from this point of view, we are correct only profile pic. We are sending the file. We are sending the file. Perfect. Now I come here. Whenever we send the file, it receives it and it passes to the disk storage. Passes to the disk storage, and here we are telling store it into uploads folder. Then this file, let me try to print this file name, means console log file. Exactly. Understanding what I am doing? Now I'll say sign up. From client side everything is fine, but once I come here, okay, file also we are getting it properly. It is saying there is no such file or directory called open uploads. Probably I have to give just uploads. I'm not giving slash. Let us see. Now, stored into uploads are able to see here. The file we have uploaded is coming, but some issues are there. It is showing undefined underscore, some number is showing. Because of our file name, we have to give the what do you say, extension also we have to give file name dot something I have to give. Now, what I will do is actually name. Whenever we upload the file, field name is profile pic, original name, you are getting it. Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. The property name is original name, file dot original name. So what I'll do, I'll give original name. I am giving this one. Name I am giving, and this date dot now I wanted to add before. Say date dot now plus I'll give underscore. I can use backticks also if I want. So whatever the file name, we are getting the same file name. Before that, I am adding some number. For that, I am adding some number to it. Let us see whether it works out. Now, I am just uploading again. Okay. Are able to see now? Some number underscore Tim Cook dot, which is coming here. First thing you have to understand. Sending and storing into database is post. Getting from database is get. Sending to database is post. So that's why in request option method post yes. And while sending, we can send it in three ways: either JSON format, or URL encoded, or FormData. JSON we have tried. URL encoded we have tried. FormData is the most powerful thing. How it sends? It converts that into binary and sends. Because it is converting into binary, we can send files also. Not on any audio, video, anything. Now, how do you upload a video? To FormData only. So now what we wanted to do, we wanted to send the profile pic also. That's the reason I wanted to send using FormData. So I am sending using FormData. How I am sending it? I am creating a new FormData object. For that I am appending all the keys, values from that inputs, and I am sending. And when it comes to sending the file, how I am sending it, for input I have given type file, so we can select the file. And while sending also, here I am sending the values only, dot value, dot value, dot value, are able to see it. But here I am not sending the value, I am sending the file, profile pic input dot current dot files of 0, because we are able to select only one file only. That one file we have selected. And that file we are appending it to profile pic key and we are sending it. Once we send it, our middleware API endpoint is designed in such a way that it can receive one file and that file will be in profile pic. It has collecting that image and it is passing it to disk storage. Passing it to disk storage. Here it is storing into uploads folder. Then what should be the file name? Here we are getting the file they are sending. Now file.original name, the actual file name I am getting it. Before that, what I am doing, I am just adding some number which is actually milliseconds from 1970 January 1st onwards. See, if two people uploads the same file twice, but exactly milliseconds will not be same, right? They won't upload, they may upload in the same second, but they cannot upload in the same millisecond, right? So millisecond number will be changing, so file will not be replaced. We are sending the file also to server. Are able to see it? Yes or no? Now let me try by selecting one more file. I am clicking on choose file. I will say Bahubali 2 poster. I will say sign up. Now if I come here, now see Bahubali 2 poster is there. Before that some number has been added. File will not be replaced. Now if I send the same file again, will not be replaced because milliseconds are different. No? So we are able to select the file from UI and click of the submit button. We are able to send the file to middleware, and from middleware we are able to store it to uploads folder. Everything is fine, but I have to store the path of that file wherever you are storing into database. Now we have to tell that is the file we have to store into database now. Now how do I do that? Here in sign up, in request.body, we are getting everything. Now in request.body, if you see, in request.body, we are getting everything. Whatever the user is sending. Whatever the user is sending, we can get the file also. Now what I will do, I'll say request.body dot, I think we have something called file. Whatever the file sent by the client, that file I am just trying to read it. Now see what happens. Now if I send the file, now see here, it is showing undefined. I will try to access it as files. Let us signing up. I'm not getting it. Request.body dot. You see, we have a property which can access the file sent by the client. Both are undefined. What is that property name? Request.body. Let me get that property name. request dot file dot path. File dot path. Right. Request dot file dot. Now I should see the file name and the path. So sign up. Are able to see uploads slash the file name and all those things. Whatever the file name we have changed, wherever we are storing that full path, we are getting it. Now this I wanted to put it into profile, into database. Now insert into users name, age, Gmail, also mobile number. Then I'll say file pick, and the value will be say, comma, request dot file dot upright dot file dot path. Now let us see what should happen. Now I am signing up the file. Okay, perfectly fine. Now I am coming here. I am refreshing it. Total 31. The last 31, if you see, are able to see here the path also. Now I let me create one fresh user. I am just refreshing it, and I'll say Tim Cook. Age maybe around 55. Email Tim Cook at gmail.com. Password Apple. Mobile number 101010. Choose file. I am actually choosing his file only. Tim Cook. I am selecting it, and I am saying sign up. Then if I come here and refresh, Tim Cook Apple 1010, the file also here. We are taking help of Malta users. Right now, we are sending one file. If you want, you can send multiple files. Now see here, give me 5 minutes, I'll wrap it up. If you see our signup.js, here we have selected this profile pic. Type file I have given. Type file I have given. That means what it allows us to select only one file by default. Now, if I wanted to select multiple files, I cannot do that. So now I'm clicking on choose file. See, now I'm trying to select multiple files. It's not allowing me. Now I wanted to upload multiple files. Yes, that is also possible. We have to change a bit. Now what I have to do? Here, I will just add a prop called multiple. What? Multiple. Now it will allow us to select multiple files. Now see here. Earlier it was choose file is there. Now it is choose files. Plural. Earlier it was choose file only. Now it is choose files. Now I am clicking on choose files. I can select multiple files now. I can select multiple files. Now I am selecting multiple files. The number of files you want, I have selected multiple files. Okay. Now how many files? It allows us that we select multiple files. showing in that list what are the files. But if I click on submit, sign up, all the 20 files will go? No. Why? Because here we have clearly mentioned in our code array of 0. Array of 0 only we have mentioned clearly. So only 0th file will go, not all the 20 files. Now if I wanted to send multiple files, now what I have to do? I have to build a different logic. What is that? I have just commented it. Now what I will do? I'll say I'll create for loop. Create for loop. Let I equal to 0. I less than. This is an array, right? Length dot length and I plus plus. I have created a for loop. Now this code will be executing that many number of types of files. Then what I will do here, data to send the profile pic. Here I will say files of I. Now if I select 20 files, 20 times this loop will be executed. 20 files will be added into our data to send FormData. This is first correction. Second correction. First correction is add multiple in JSX. Second correction is write the code in such a way that through loop everything will be added into FormData. And the third is come here server. Here we have clearly mentioned upload dot single. Single means if we are going to send only one file. Now here I must mention it as array. That means multiple files you can send from there. You can send 2, you can send 200 also. 3 changes. First thing, in the UI, multiple I have added. Then we can select multiple files. In while sending to FormData, we are adding all the 20 files through loop. Then here we are telling we are going to send multiple files. Now what I will do in uploads, I am going to delete all these files for now. I am going to delete all these files. Now those 20 files we have uploaded, all the 20 files should come here. Understanding what I am doing? Now uploads, nothing is there. Now we have selected those 20 files. Now if I say sign up, done. I should see here something is wrong. We look into that. Now see, are you able to see all the files? We got it. Now some error is also getting Adipurush, not Adipurush, internal error, sign up, invalid JSON. Probably the response I'm not sending it properly. The error is coming because we are storing into the database also. Storing into the database, that there it is giving, this is giving error. SQL query might be generating the issue. Our SQL query is designed in such a way that to store only one file. Yes, sir. Understand? If you are sending multiple files, why do you store it into database? File pic should have only one. I am showing you how to upload. Multi disk storage places an important role. Multi, now see, you are creating an API endpoint. You don't want it to receive any files. Just give upload dot none. Even if you send from client, that middleware will not receive any files. But you want it to receive only one file. You say upload dot single. You specify the key from where you are assigning. If you wanted to receive multiple files, upload dot array. Here I'm talking about. Upload dot array. That means this API endpoint can receive multiple files. Upload dot single. This API endpoint can receive only one file. Upload dot none. This API endpoint will not receive any files, but can receive form data like textual data, but not files. Understood? According to our requirement, which is suitable to us? Single. So I'll give single here. I'm giving single here, profile pic, and even here also, I am not going to send multiple files. So I'm just commenting this. I am just showing you so the loop how to send multiple files. And here I'll just comment this, and I will also restrict the user not to select more than one file. So I will remove this multiple. So now user cannot select multiple files. Even if we select multiple files, we are sending only one file. Even our server is also accepting only one file. Now it should work. If I send now here it is showing choose file. Are you able to see it? It's got choose files. I am selecting one file now. Amitabh, I am selecting it. Now it says sign up. Create. Now I should see that Amitabh here. Got a point? Understood? Complicated? Easy. Yeah, I struggled a lot to understand this, but no one was there for me to explain this level of detail. I have done all the trial and errors and done this. So I haven't done, go through the documentation. Everything is mentioned there. Go through the documentation. Everything is mentioned there. Go to Multer, see, go to disk storage. You just copy paste. You just specify the folder you want. Don't give slash. Just specify the folder you want. That is one thing. And wherever you want it to use, you just specify upload dot none or upload dot array or upload dot single like that. That also you can find it here actually. Now see upload dot single field name array field name. If it is array, you can control the limit also. 10 you want, 20 you want, 30 you want. That also you can control by specific flags. You have tried single, you have tried array, you have tried none. Accepts only text fields. If any upload is made, error with code limit will be shown. And here, array accepts an array of files, all with the name field name. And here, accepts a single file with the name field. The single file will be stored in request.file. This is what we missed it actually. Request.file.path, we forgot to get that. That's why I have opened the previous work and opened it. Here itself they have mentioned clearly request.file. The single file will be stored in request.file. Dot path, if you give that path, you will be getting it. You put it in the database. Got a point? Clear? I want you to try this. I want to try this. I don't say this is easy, little masala is there. By practicing multiple times, you just depend on their documentation. First install Multer, then go to disk storage, copy paste it, change it according to your requirements. Upload dot single, upload dot none, upload dot array. Now, if I wanted to create an API endpoint where user can upload 20, 30, 40, 50 files, upload dot array, I will use it there. That's the middleware. Middleware only, upload dot array, that is nothing but a middleware function. Got it? Clear? Let me create the task. Now I want you to create a beautiful sign up form. Whatever we have created using Pulse sign up, actually now you can create sign up UI. Now this sign up form you can create it. Pass it to middleware, middleware to database. Everything can be done. Which I want you to try it. Okay. You already know Bootstrap. Beautiful UI you can create it. You already know middleware. Beautiful, excellent middleware you can create it. Now you can upload, everything can be done. Little patience also required. Okay. Today we have tried post URL encoded and